Hey friend, I am so glad that you're back. This is it. This is the last episode of our guilt-free eating series. And in this episode, we're going to talk about practical tips for guilt-free eating. Now, if you have been listening to this series, I hope that you have implemented these things that we've talked about, really thought about how food has made you feel. Today is basically like a recap and maybe a few new ideas. If you have implemented these things and you are ready to go to the next level, friend, with your food and your energy and your mental health and your spiritual health, I want you to head over to jennifercoble.com/course. Click on that in the show notes, or you can type it into your browser and check out the Healthy Habits Blueprint, because that is going to get you to the next level. That's going to help you get a game plan together, make the decision fatigue go away, because we're going to have those decisions made already, and overcome any obstacles that get in your way of your goals, okay? Because summer bodies start in the winter. So let's do today's episode. Again, jennifercoble.com/course. Let's get started.
Hey mama, welcome to Holistic Health for Moms. Do you want to lose weight and have more energy? Do you find yourself up late at night searching Google about hormones, weight loss, and how to get healthy? Do you wake up with big, ambitious goals only to feel overwhelmed and frustrated when the scale doesn't move and you look 5 months pregnant after eating again? Hey, I'm Jennifer. I'm a mom of 3, a conventional health nurse practitioner that also believes in natural and holistic health. I kept hearing my patients tell me that they were overwhelmed, tired, and couldn't lose weight. They were overwhelmed with all the health and weight loss information out there. It hurt my heart to see women who wanted answers and solutions to only be given prescriptions and vague directions like eat better and exercise. They needed to get out of the traditional healthcare box, and I wanted to help. So I created this podcast. In this podcast, you'll learn about optimizing your health and transforming your mindset. You'll learn about tools to help you build on what you know is right for you and reclaim the energy and health you know you should have. If this sounds like you, raise your hand and say present and accounted for, and let's get this party started.
All right, this is it. These are hitting the high notes today. Just a reminder, maybe some new things, maybe some things you heard and forgot, but mindful eating practices, okay? What are they? And what do they look like? So mindful eating is knowing what being hungry and full feels like. Some of us have forgotten what that feels like. And so when we eat and we feel that full, gross feeling like afterwards, a lot of time it's just because we haven't been paying attention to how much we're putting in. We're eating too fast, or we're just not paying attention to the cues from our body. So I want you, again, to pause during your meals to see how you feel. Like, half the plate's gone. Are you satisfied? Are you still hungry? Are you still starting to have that bloated, blah feeling? Then that's telling you that you need to stop, okay? I want you to practice eating slowly and savoring each bite. It takes about 15 minutes for that quote-unquote full signal to go from your stomach to your brain to tell you that you are full. So if you're shoveling it in, inhaling, and not really chewing between scoops, that signal is going to get to your brain and you're going to be absolutely miserable because you have just shoveled it in and not paid attention and not really tasted your food, okay? Also, pay attention to how you feel after you've eaten. Whatever you ate, did it give you energy? Did you feel satisfied? Did you feel happy? Or did it leave you feeling lethargic and foggy and bloated and irritable? And don't be hard on yourself. Do not trash talk yourself. There are enough people out there in this world that are going to trash talk you without your help trash talking yourself. Okay? So, it does not have to be perfect. Okay? It's about the pattern of our choices, not one individual meal, okay? Or one food or one ingredient. It's about the pattern, the overall pattern. So, I want you to, when you find yourself trash talking yourself, or, oh, I feel gross, oh, I shouldn't have done that, oh, whatever, I want you to reframe those thoughts, okay? I want you to think, whatever's on your plate, look at it, pick one thing. This meal, this food is nourishing me. This meal or this food is nourishing my body, supporting my well-being. I am making this choice now that is supporting my health journey. Or, you know what? I didn't plan well, but that's okay, because I'm going to eat this Snickers bar so I don't bite anybody's head off, or so I don't want to cut somebody because I'm hangry, okay? And then the next meal, you're going to start thinking about that next meal. Okay, how can I make this next meal or snack nutritious? Okay? So, even if something happens, like, excuse my language, but shit happens. Life happens. I probably need to edit that out. But anyway, life happens. And it's not always perfect. And sometimes we have to roll with the punches. And I'm speaking from experience this week, y'all. I'm telling you, I have cried more this week. And for those of y'all who know me, I am a crier, but more than normal. Okay, I've cried more than normal this week. And I've been on the struggle bus. And I know that food has a lot to do with that. So I try to focus on nutritious foods. However, this week hadn't been fantastic at that. And that's okay. Like, I'm okay with that because I know it's going to be a few hard days. And you know what? It's fine. Getting back on the wagon. And I shouldn't say getting back on the wagon. Taking that next step. And that next step, the next meal is going to be nourishing. The next snack is going to be nourishing. Okay? So we're going to learn from our mistakes. Like, whoop, didn't plan well, forgot to take a snack, whatever. Okay? We're going to learn from that mistake. And we're going to move on with life. Probably the same thing that you tell your kids. A lot of you probably tell your kids that, right? Learn from your mistakes. That's what we're going to do too. We're going to take our own advice. And then also, like, just be thankful for the food that is in front of you. Okay? I don't know what it is that God's trying to show me, but He is reminding me over and over and over again. Everything around me is a blessing from Him. When I come home at lunch, sometimes, or in my afternoons off, whatever, and I work out and then I try to eat, like, put together a nutritious meal, like, I look at the meal and I think, oh God, this could be better. But you know what? I could not have it at all. Like, I could be in a third world country and only get one meal a day. Instead, I get to nourish my body with the food that God has blessed me with, right? It's just so many things. Like, even like locally, like Hurricane Helene has destroyed places. Like, people who live in the United States at one point, and some still maybe feel like they're living in a third world country. They may or may not have access to food right now. Like, I don't know. And that's literally only a couple of hours for me. That's enough to, like, really move me when I look at my food. So I personally am trying to make it a point to be more thankful for the food that I have in general, and also for the nutritious food that I have. And try to thank God for that whenever I can, and thank Him that I can move my body and that I have this food, right? So I'm going to ask you too to do the same thing. Like, you can bow your head by yourself. You can just look at your food and be like, hey, God, thank you so much for this food. Because we start, like, thinking about it so much and we get so wrapped up in it, we forget that it's truly a blessing from God. And then also the next thing would be, like, find support. Find support in a community. That's why Weight Watchers works so well, is because there are a community of people going through the same situation. or find a professional to talk to, a dietitian, a therapist. You can talk to your healthcare provider, your primary care provider, or your OBGYN. Like, hey, do you know anywhere I can go? Do you have any suggestions for guidance and encouragement? Also, always, please come here to the podcast. Like, I want to share this free information with you, and I want to encourage you, which I'm going to work on this year, encouraging you to be you, do you, be the best mom that you can possibly be within your power. Give yourself grace. Remember that you're a child of God. He loves you. You deserve to be loved. Okay? So find those places of support and community and guidance and encouragement. And then last, also, as always, you can head over to jennifercoble.com/course. Check out my Healthy Habits Blueprint that addresses many of the tactics that we've discussed over guilt-free eating, as well as reframing your thoughts, shifting your mindset, overcoming the obstacles that you are bound to come up on, and then building a realistic plan for your life that fits your family. So head over now, or you can go to the show notes and click the link in the show notes. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope you have a fantastic day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.
Okay, Mama, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you take 30 seconds and subscribe to my email list? By signing up, you get my free meal planning template to help you start optimizing your health today. Also, if you could leave me a review, this helps this podcast rate, helps more sisters see it, and it lights me up to know this podcast is helping you. Okay, time to go make sure the clothes are washed, ball uniforms are ready, and snacks are prepared for this week full of games and chaos. I'll meet you back next week for another episode. Have a great week, sister.